Alright. You've heard of Jim Crow. There's been one Crow. Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I get Dear John Crow. I was made homeless by divorce. I do not drink, I do not do drugs, I do not panhandle. I am not a sex offender. Nonetheless, I have a negative stigma that comes upon me because I am now homeless by divorce. The people who are letting men in church screw my wife are uncomfortable with my presence in the park. If you're going to let someone do my wife in my house, where do you want me to go? I wanted to sell my house and move and live something like the Amish the Mennonites. Now I'm still here. What do you want me to do? Oh, sure. Take all my property. Let men in your church do my wife. Let some citizen of the community screw my wife. But we can still be friends. No. So I'm still here. And I'm trying to use the free Wi-Fi of Adams Park. This can be verified. There's a police report about it. And I responded with police harassment. Tried to report the police harassment, and then the superior officer tried to arrest me too. But so this can be verified. I tried to use the free Wi-Fi at Adams Park, and they tried to arrest me for theft of service for using the free Wi-Fi. As a homeless man, I am a second-class citizen, all right? I am denied free speech permits to Kennesaw State University also, as a panhandler. It doesn't matter that I don't actually take people's money. I can hold up a sign that says, take your money, it's sentimental sodomy, shove it up your asset hole, something like that. Or don't give me money, it's sentimental sodomy. Go wipe your butt with it. But don't flush it, recycle it. Your pastor will still take it, and a politician. A pastor and a politician will still take it. So don't flush it, and you can recycle it. And nonetheless, I've held up signs like that. I'm not a panhandler. I do not want your food. I don't want your money. But nonetheless, I am being denied the free speech permits to Kennesaw State University. Even during Homeless Awareness Week, by the way. That's a little hypocritical now, isn't it? Anyways, I offend the first-class citizens. I am now a second-class citizen. I've also lost my right to vote. I haven't even done a felony. The church-going police officers, since I point out church-going hypocrisy, and they have badges, all right? These churchgoers have badges, and they can be very vindictive. First, they know I'm homeless. They already know I'm homeless, so they try to get me for vagrancy charges. But they couldn't make it stick. Somebody walked by. I get interrupted because I'm out in the public, in the park. I can't do this in my privacy of my own home. The church and state are letting Rick Crosby do my wife there. That's why I'm in your park. So, now the people, they don't like me in their park. Where do you want me to go? This is Soviet Union-esque. I tried to sell my house and move, go live something like the Amish. Now I am still here. I told my wife that your church and state were frauds, and your media too. I wanted to leave, okay? And y'all excommunicated me, lied to my wife, and screwed her. Which sort of proves my point, doesn't it? That you'll let men in your church do my wife, because I'm not lying. Go to Andy Stanley's church. The women dress like whores in there. I knew something was wrong when you go to church and you get an erectile function, all right? So I would hold up signs like CT&A at Andy Stanley's North Point, and your male compass will passionately point north. And the same thing goes for Lou Gigolo's church. It's sex trafficking. By allowing the suburbanite hypocrisy, all right, you can inflate the offering plate. So it's sex. They allow adultery. You don't want to offend the suburbanites, or whatever your church is. It can be urban, whatever. You don't want to offend the black Democrats, with your church. Just the clergy pander to flavors of hypocrisy. So, but Bryant Wright pimped my bride. Pimped my bride at Johnson's Ferry Baptist, and Lou Gigolo didn't do anything to end the sex trafficking. Not a thing. Women are doing tits and ass at Andy Stanley's church. I confronted sex trafficking. long before Lou Gigolo ever did. All right? Which is why I'm homeless. You give it a try. You point out, look what happened to Bill Cosby when he told black people something they didn't want to hear. I did that to Andy Stanley people. I did that to the Defenders of Marriage for Family Values. I did the same thing. All right? You're claiming to defend marriage, Promise Keepers. This is Promise Keepers. And Defenders of Marriage. You're claiming to defend marriage while men in your church are doing other men's wives after you dump yours, and you made it personal and did it to me because I pointed this out, and that your daughter was dressed like porn homewreckers. Yet you're claiming to defend marriage. That's so gay. Is it? So, I can't be Republican. I'm still against abortion and homosexuality. I speak somewhat tongue-in-cheek, unfortunately, because that costs me you, possibly, the other side, the Democrats, the media, news media or whatever, or conservative media. There's Democrat and there's Republican media. But, I've now pissed everybody off. So that's why I'm homeless. So anyways, I'm here in the park, and I try to use the free Wi-Fi, and officers Steinmetz and Morton, I think they look for excuses to grope me. I don't know, they're like these Uber fags. They want to I'm trying to use the free Wi-Fi, and they tried to arrest me for theft of service. Alright, so I didn't feel like, I left. I came back I went and called the park. But I didn't tell them who was calling them on the phone, because if they know it's me, I don't get the straight answer. I get the second-class citizen answer. So I called them on the phone. So they don't know who it is. Yes, there are outlets at the park and free Wi-Fi. Can I use yes, that's what those outlets are for. Thank you. I asked them, can I use the outlets to use the free Wi-Fi at the park? Yes, that's what the outlets are for. Thank you. All right. Then I start using it. And after, I went and reported the police harassment. And then the superior officer, the one who handles the police harassment, she reports. And she tries to do the same thing to me that the officers I reported police harassment. She tried doing the same thing. She's going to threaten me with theft of service. We got him now. And I went, oh no, I spoke to so-and-so. And he said that's what the outlets are for. And I can use the free Wi-Fi. I think she's a dyke. And I offend gay people. It does matter, believe me. Did John the Baptist get a fair day in court after he told Herod that he can't be screwing his brother's wife? Now, did John the Baptist choose to lose his head? No, deserve to lose his head? Did he get a fair day in court? I don't think so. So it does matter. It really does matter. Gay judge decides that laws against gay marriage are unconstitutional. Well, Shazam, Sergeant Carter. Surprise, surprise, Sergeant Carter. Shazam. Jim Neighbors is the judge. Anyways. It's like when Scalia asked about the healthcare thing. With the governors saying that this healthcare law is unconstitutional, would they happen to be Republicans? And would the governors saying that the law is constitutional, would they happen to be Democrats? And the lawyer said, there does seem to be a correlation there. So it does matter. And when you are guilty, was Jesus really wrong for failure to wash his hands, or his disciples? Was Jesus really wrong to heal somebody on a Saturday? Or was it because he pissed people off? Something for you to think about. If I am a false prophet, all I know is I really suck at it because I get treated like the real prophets. I get excommunicated, forfeit all my property, and another man doing my wife in my house. Study history. There are two ways to get yourself in a lot of trouble. One is to be wicked beyond average, and the other is to be righteous beyond average. I chose the road less traveled. And it hasn't made much difference at all. You both wind up in jail, by the way. So, they say, no, it didn't make much difference. You wind up in jail either way. Personal experience speaking here. As a matter of fact, I'm sort of in the park right now because it's a little hot out there. The cops are after me for offending children, by the way. My signs are offensive to children. Now, Officer Porter and Melton, church-going police officers, are not going to say anything to Judge Greg Poole, who goes to a First Methodist church, as he's screwing his neighbor's wife in front of kids' faces, the other guy's kid's face. They're not going to do anything about that. You wear a Big Johnson's t-shirt in front of Officer Porter and Officer Milton with children present, they're not going to do anything. You wear, if I held up a sign that said, see Dick drink, see Dick drive, see Dick die, I wouldn't get in any trouble for using the word Dick. Because the guy's name is Richard, and Dick is short for Richard. Now, the guy doing my wife in my house happens to be Richard, too, so I called him Dick. I held up a sign that said, y'all let, church-going police officers, I didn't say that, but it said, like, churchgoers are letting, I'm thinking about holding up a sign that says that, but I already held up one that said this. Churchgoers, or I said, like, church and state are letting some Dick fluke my wife. His name's Richard. What did y'all think I meant? Which is short for Richard. So, and these police officers showed up to, that's inappropriate for children. I assure you, I've met children of divorce, and they are more upset that somebody besides Daddy is screwing Mommy, to be perfectly honest with you, than they are with my signs. Just to let you know, Officer Porter and Melton, they're upset that you will let Judge Poole screw somebody else's wife in front of his kid's face. They would much rather that you arrest a dude doing their mommy in front of their face. They're more offended than that than they are with my signs, just to let you know. It's the same thing, just like they look for excuses with Jesus. Jesus didn't wash his hands. Jesus healed somebody on a Saturday. That's what the church-going police officers are doing to me. As I said, it's Jim Crow, Juan Crow, Dear John Crow. Where is John Lewis, by the way? Help! Where's the SELC? Don't be racist and ignore me. All right? Where are you at, brother? Because it would be racist for them to do nothing about this. I'm receiving majority versus minority discrimination. Oh, that's right. Faggots are John Lewis's allies. Oh, never mind. He's not going to help. And, Sarah Palin, Herman Cain is one of her allies, and he's screwing another man's wife. Quartered his penis in it, so she's not going to help. The Tea Party's not going to be there for me. They're ignoring that Herman Cain is quartering his penis in another man's wife. Violating the Third Amendment and Ten Commandments, by the way. To Sarah Palin. Say something to Herman Cain. Will you? All right. Anyways, here, I want to show you some of the Dear John Crow here. As I said, at first they tried to, get me for theft of service. But then they, unfortunately, not knowing it was me, told me I could use the outlets. Now what do you do? All right, they turn off the outlets is what you do. And all I can tell you is, if this outlet right here, see this? I'm going to have to show you here. I'll show you the light. Here's the light. Well, I don't know if I can, I'm hoping, let's see, where, there. You can see the light up there, all right? The power is actually on, but the light is not on.